Hello, good evening, everyone. In the last video, I discussed transitioning from a test engineering role into product management role. So, today we will continue with the same topic. Um, in test engineering role, you guys would have used worked as a data test engineer or application test engineer or BI test engineer or automation test engineer. Uh, so the entire department will have a testing center of excellence, meaning uh, frameworks, governance, tools, best practices, all these tied together in a testing center of excellence. So when you work in the testing, you would have got a requirement. If you are a data tester, then you would have seen mapping documentation for to understand the business requirement or transformation logic. If it is a BI test engineer, you would have been familiar with the tools. What is the business logic it is behind? Whether it is going to be key performance indicators. It can be, the report can be in the tabular format, or it can be in the kind of like maps, graphs. You would have validated that. So basically you understand more on the business knowledge part. If it is a web application, then you have validated kind of like a providing an input and output. What is that particular application functionality or the module is going to perform? So you would have the requirement in the form of user stories. So if it is a test automation, then the requirement can be in the form of a user story. You would have automated a business functionality using any of the automation tools. So the same similar mindset there in the testing we call a testing center of excellence. Here in the product side, we product center of excellence, meaning governance, framework, user stories, how the user stories need to be defined, how the features need to be defined, um, KPI metrics, basically like what are all the different metrics based on the applications, right? If it is a based on the web application, then it is like a number of user hits. If it is a kind of like any of the file transfer applications, then file transfer platform, then we say like how many files transfer per month. What is the performance of the file transfer, whether we are able to transfer all the delivered files without fail, correct? So every application have a key performance indicators. With the data we can get an insight. So here, product center of excellence and a data product owner who writes understands the business data need and provide the information in the form of user stories, mapping documentation. If it is a platform product owner, then let's say for example like a cloud, Kubernetes platform is used by across a um, different departments, right? For example like in IT itself, various departments can utilize your platform. So who is owns that particular platform? The product owner can own the platform, and then they can come up with the business requirement in the form of a user story. If it is a ETL product owner, then they can write the mapping specifications as per the business need. If it is a BI product owner, then they can write a business specification in the form of a user stories, breakdown into features. um, it can be a prototype for the developers how the reports need to look like. So whatever you did earlier in the testing can be completely in the form of user stories, features. We can convert that, and you can practice that. Like you can take few examples and practice yourself, like if I became a product owner, how my user story need to look like, how my acceptance criteria need to look like, when I work with architect, what is that I'm going to explain to them, when I work with engineers, what is that business requirement, how I am going to explain to them. Product road mapping, that is very important, right? In the case of a product owner, like product roadmap, it need to be keep alive all the time. It cannot be stale. It need to be keep on update. If it is a kind of a small kind of like 2 weeks 3 weeks of deliverable, then it can be kind of, you will mention okay, start date and end date, the what is that work you're going to deliver, you will add that part. If let's say if it is a kind of like a small medium projects, if it is going for a 3 weeks 3 months or something, then you will completely come up with the breakdown of the deliverables, like from first sprint what I'm going to deliver, the second sprint what you're going to deliver. It cannot be accurate, definitely you can come up with the approximate, and then you will be keep modify um, based on the deliverables. You will keep modify that. Product road mapping is important, and then you need to keep that product road mapping alive. So wash kind of like becoming a product owner, taking a certification as a certified product owner, practicing yourself. There are a lot of good information out there in the internet, so you can prepare very well, and then you can achieve a dream of becoming a product owner, and then product manager, and then director of products, head of product. The executive title, it will be chief product officer. um, Thank you. Time is precious, education is power, keep learning. Thank you.